If you're a NASCAR fan, you felt it too. That moment during the race when you lean back and think, all right, something big is happening this season. Circuit of the Americas delivered everything. Chaos, aggressive moves, history, heartbreak, and a performance that could end up defining the entire year. And the wild part? It wasn't just one storyline. This weekend in Austin gave us two huge narratives. One race may have rewritten the NASCAR history books in a way we've never seen before, and the other proved that road course dominance in this sport is very real and may be becoming even more important. What happened at COTA is going to impact the championship fight, team momentum, and the way we talk about this season moving forward. But before we dive into everything, if you're a true NASCAR fan who lives and breathes this sport like I do, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to NASCAR Race Breakdown. We're a brand new channel, and if you enjoy real NASCAR discussion from people who actually watch every lap, you're in the right place. All right, let's start with the first big story, because what we saw on Sunday's Cup race at COTA was absolutely historic. Tyler Reddick cannot be stopped right now. What he just accomplished has never happened before in NASCAR Cup Series history. He opened the season with 3 straight wins: Daytona, Atlanta, and now Circuit of the Americas. No driver has ever started a season 3 for 3 like this, not in the modern era, not in the old days, never. Driving the No. 45 Toyota for 23XI Racing, Reddick crossed the finish line roughly 4 seconds ahead of Shane van Gisbergen. 4 seconds on a road course against one of the best road racers in the world. That alone tells you how dialed in this team is right now. Behind Reddick and van Gisbergen, Christopher Bell finished 3rd. Ty Gibbs came home 4th, and Michael McDowell rounded out the top 5. Then you had Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, AJ Allmendinger, and Denny Hamlin completing the top 10. That's a stacked group of drivers. That's not luck. That's Reddick beating the best in the garage. Now, let's rewind the race a bit, because this wasn't just an easy cruise to victory. Stage 1 began with Chase Briscoe making a bold 3-wide move into Turn 1, with Reddick and Ross Chastain. He grabbed the early lead, and surprisingly, the field actually made it through the opening lap fairly clean, something that almost never happens at COTA. Ryan Blaney, who showed incredible long-run speed during practice, eventually tracked Briscoe down and took control of the race. He started building a gap of several seconds. Meanwhile, Shane van Gisbergen started 13th and immediately began slicing his way through the field like a surgeon. He went from 13th to 3rd, and you could feel the anticipation building. Fans started thinking, all right, this could be his day. As the stage neared the end, strategy started to divide the field. Some drivers chose to short pit, sacrificing stage points in exchange for better track position later. Blaney was one of them, which handed the Stage 1 win to Ross Chastain. Behind him were van Gisbergen, McDowell, Bruscher, Allmendinger, Gibbs, Bowman, Elliott, Hocevar, and Denny Hamlin. Stage 2 is where things started getting messy. Blaney cycled back into the lead during pit stops, while van Gisbergen exited pit road first but restarted deeper in the field with slightly fresher tires. Then the chaos started. Connor Zilisch spun in Turn 1 after contact from Daniel Suarez. Noah Gragson spun between Turns 6A and 6B. Josh Berry looped his car mid-pack but managed to keep it going without bringing out a caution. Up front, Reddick took control of the race for the first time since starting on pole. He held the lead until pitting with 3 laps remaining in the stage, flipping the strategy in preparation for the final run. That's veteran-level strategy this early in the season. During pit stops, Alex Bowman was hit with a pass-through penalty for an uncontrolled tire. Austin Dillon dealt with a broken shifter and spent a long time on pit road. Ty Gibbs ended up winning Stage 2, followed by Allmendinger, Suarez, Gilliland, Reddick, Wallace, Blaney, Custer, Byron, and van Gisbergen. Then came Stage 3, and this is when the race truly changed. Reddick held the lead over Blaney on the restart, with van Gisbergen moving into 5th. Eric Jones spun in the back of the field but kept going. Up front, Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell were battling aggressively in a heated fight for position. Then Chase Briscoe, who had a top 5 car all day, suddenly slowed with 32 laps remaining. Rear-end failure. His race was over. With 26 laps left, Reddick pitted from the lead. Blaney followed him, while van Gisbergen came in 1 lap later. And then everything flipped. Ross Chastain, the Stage 1 winner, spun off track after a loose wheel actually came off the car. NASCAR threw the caution and Chastain was held for 2 laps. Additional penalties could still be coming. That caution completely reshuffled the strategy. Some drivers pitted, but Reddick, Blaney, van Gisbergen, and Zilic stayed out on older tires, a major gamble. Then something nobody expected happened. Alex Bowman climbed out of the number 48 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet mid-race because he was feeling ill. Matt Snyder jumped into the car and finished the race for him. Hopefully Bowman is okay. When the race restarted, van Gisbergen quickly got around Blaney for second place. Zilic was spun again in turn 1, his second incident of the day. Zane Smith got caught up and his race unraveled. Further back, Kyle Busch made contact with teammate Jesse Love, which sent Chris Buescher spinning at the final corner exit. With fresher tires, Christopher Bell worked his way up to third, but up front, the battle everyone wanted: Van Gisbergen versus Reddick. The Kiwi started closing the gap. You could see him stalking the leader lap after lap, but he never quite found the run he needed. Eventually, he started to fade. Reddick simply drove away. The number 45 23XI Toyota checked out and never looked back. The race stayed green all the way to the finish, even with Carson Hocevar spinning on the final lap and losing several positions. 3 races, 3 wins. Daytona, Atlanta, and now Circuit of the Americas. Reddick already has a massive lead in the championship standings, and we're only 3 races into the season. This doesn't feel like a lucky streak. This feels like the beginning of something special. Now, I know what some fans are thinking. SVG almost had it. That's his kind of track. And that's true. He came close on Sunday. He pressured Reddick and tried to close the gap, but it just wasn't enough. But if you're judging Shane van Gisbergen's weekend only by that second-place finish, you're missing the bigger story. Because less than 24 hours earlier, he reminded everyone exactly who he is. On Saturday, in the Xfinity Series at COTA, van Gisbergen delivered an absolute road course masterclass. After a late restart with just 5 laps remaining, he was running 6th. Then he dove to the inside entering turn 1 and went 4 wide underneath Sam Mayer, who had won Stage 2. Mayer drifted wide, the door opened, and SVG seized the opportunity. He cleared the field and took the lead with one of the most aggressive and impressive moves you'll see all season. That wasn't luck, that was elite racecraft. Van Gisbergen led 5 different times for a total of 31 laps, including the final 5, and beat Austin Hill by just under a second. Hill, who has been incredibly strong at COTA, with 3 runner-up finishes in 5 starts, admitted that SVG is simply incredible during the first few laps of a run. The victory marked his 5th career Xfinity Series win and the 10th straight road course victory for JR Motorsports, 10 in a row. That organization has completely mastered these tracks. Sammy Smith finished 3rd, Jesse Love came home 4th, and Corey Day rounded out the top 5. Connor Zilic, who started from pole and led early in Stage 1, suffered a brutal setback when his left rear brake rotor failed. He dropped deep in the field, fought his way back, and then got spun again with less than 3 laps remaining after contact with Corey Day. Zilic was furious after the race and demanded an apology. Meanwhile, 17-year-old Brent Cruz finished 6th in his series debut and even led laps in Stage 2. He became the first driver under 18 to lead laps in the series since Casey Atwood back in 1998. William Savilich, Justin Allgaier, Ross Chastain, and Brennan Poole completed the top 10. Post-race inspection was clean, officially confirming van Gisbergen as the race winner. So what does all of this mean? It means Tyler Reddick is building something historic in the Cup Series. It means 23XI Racing is operating at an elite level. It means Shane van Gisbergen remains the king of road courses in the lower series and a serious threat every time NASCAR heads to a track with both left and right turns. It also means the championship battle is already starting to take shape. Reddick has momentum, van Gisbergen has road course dominance, Christopher Bell is quietly lurking, Ty Gibbs keeps showing consistency, Ryan Blaney has speed. There are storylines everywhere. We're only 3 races into the season, and it already feels like something special is unfolding. Now, I want to hear from you. Is Tyler Reddick on his way to one of the greatest starts in NASCAR history? And how long will it take before Shane van Gisbergen wins a Cup race at COTA? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to NASCAR Race Breakdown. We're a brand new channel, and if you enjoy real NASCAR discussion from people who actually watch every lap, you're in the right place. All right, I'll see you in the next one.